Now on Newsday TV, hazy, smoky skies hang over Long Island again today. I'm Macy Eglin. Thanks for being with us. We are under an air quality alert. We'll see that smoke from the wildfires up in Canada all day again today. Meteorologist Jeff Manson is here to kind of break this down for us. Yesterday was pretty bad.
It was pretty bad, and it kind of probably took a lot of people back to 2023,
Yes.
where we had the New Brunswick fires up towards Nova Scotia, and it made Long Island and New York City look borderline apocalyptic. Wasn't that bad, but actually our neighbors to the north up in Toronto looked exactly like that. So these fires are a little bit further away, but close enough where some of that smoke is closer to the surface than it would be, say, if it was one of the wildfires that we've dealt with in Western Canada, where that smoke has more of an opportunity to disperse higher in the atmosphere. So I did have some people reporting to me yesterday evening that they could kind of smell like that campfire-y type scent in the air. Really interesting stuff. Let's take a look outside South Ferry, Shelter Island this morning. Yeah, it's very hazy. There are also some clouds, and there were also some clouds yesterday afternoon. So it wasn't all the smoke, but it did look, like it was going to rain. The sky looked dark, but we really didn't have much outside of a couple of sprinkles around the area yesterday evening, nor this morning. As we take a look at the smoke tracker, this is where the fires are originated. Again, north of the Great Lakes. Look at all that smoke. Now, we have been showing you some upper atmospheric smoke. This is a near surface smoke tracker, and you can see the thicker plumes there. That purple color has come all the way down to Long Island. So we have been dealing with less than stellar air quality. Things look to get a little bit better throughout the day today, not a whole lot. We'll be dealing with this through tomorrow. A front will come through. We actually have two fronts coming through, but the secondary front here will really kind of clear the air out. You can see things markedly improving by tomorrow. It may come back a little bit this weekend as the wind direction changes, but we'll also be dealing with some rain on Saturday, so we probably won't be able to see it as skies will be overcast. Look at the air quality alerts for millions of Americans from the upper Midwest all the way here into the Northeast and right down onto Long Island. This will be in effect not only through midnight tonight, I would say probably they'll extend that into tomorrow morning until things do improve. You can see the current air qualities aren't terrible. New York City a little bit worse right now. Unhealthy air for sensitive groups being anybody suffering from kind of cardiovascular or respiratory ailments. So we do have some clouds around this morning, a couple of even sprinkles. This is a front here. This front comes through and cools the temperatures down from where they were yesterday. That will give way to some sun this afternoon, hazy sun at that. Then another cold front up to the north right now. That's going to come down, and that's going to clear the air out a little bit and cool things down even more for Friday. So you'll see those fronts pass through, not much in any rain making it down to Long Island. High pressure in control for tomorrow. And then we'll sort of get that front backing up here as a potent storm system comes in for the weekend. So you can see what it feels like this afternoon, 85 to 90. That's cooler than yesterday. And then tomorrow we'll only feel like the low 80s out there as we get that cooler air mass and that wind direction change coming more from the northeast instead of the west. And then things change and go downhill as thunderstorms come in for the weekend. It'll be a cooler day on Saturday at 79. Sunday is your pick of the weekend right now. The sunshine returns, temperatures in the lower 80s. We'll see lower 80s out east today, mid and upper 80s as you work your way west. Clouds this morning and then hazy sun this afternoon. That ball of sun will look like a weird orange ball, kind of like it did yesterday at times. Hazy skies again tonight, temperatures around 70, a little bit mild and muggy, but better as we get the winds coming more northerly tomorrow, cooling the temperatures down. Further cooled by rain and clouds on Saturday. Again, Sunday's your pick of the weekend. Monday looks nice as well, and then some more storms for the midweek next week.
Long Island weather is brought to you by Sun Nation Energy, helping Long Islanders save on their energy bills for over 20 years.
Fear and uncertainty on our farms. Worry over the federal immigration crackdown is driving many migrants vital to the East End economy away from work. Ken Buffa and Newsday's Mark Harrington tell us how it could hurt the business's bottom line and yours.
I'm in the newsroom now with agriculture and energy reporter Mark Harrington, and you just did a story on how Long Island farmers are having difficulty finding workers because of deportation fears. So what have these businesses told you?
They've found that workers are probably more worried than ever. Some are self-deporting. We spoke to one fellow who couldn't sleep, and he went back to Guatemala. Couldn't stand the fear of this. I think farmers are trying to grapple with this. They're trying to make it legal. They're going through the visa process, work visas, things like that. They're doing what they can to keep the workers coming. So far, it doesn't appear to be massive shortages, but there's not the abundance of workers that there used to be. Years ago, people would line up, gather at places. That's not happening anymore. Long Island is sort of grappling with this issue. Some farmers are right now looking for workers for the fall. It's to be seen how well they do, but the number of workers that used to be available are just not there the way they used to be. Some places have seen no seasonal workers coming to look for work.
Usually we have 10, 20 people come in, knock on my door, looking for help or a job. And we haven't had nobody come in.
People do have generally enough people to work, but there's no excess for sure. And a lot of people have been driven into the shadows by this crackdown.
Would normal Long Islanders who are off farm feel the effects of this labor shortage? And if so, where would they feel that?
Well, some farmers have told us that they're not farming as much as they used to. It's a series of problems, partly labor, partly more expensive labor, harder to find labor, but the costs of farming have gone up. All those things together could drive prices up in the stores.
And of course, you could find more about what he is writing on these farmers and this shortage over at Newsday.com.
Only a Newsday, a man convicted of murdering an NYPD detective from Calverton wants a wrongful death lawsuit against him thrown out. Jagger Freeman argues Detective Brian Simonson caused his own death in 2019 through, quote, carelessness and negligence. He was sued last year by the detective's widow. Simonson was killed by friendly fire during a botched robbery in Queens. A state labor board agrees the NYPD's largest union and City Hall are at a contract impasse. Two mediation officials are now working to bring negotiations forward. The police union is looking for increases to officers' starting salaries and an 11% hike to their 5-year pay. A spokesman for the mayor says the city is committed to bargaining in good faith. A new bike path and walkway has been completed in Amityville. It runs along the LIRR viaduct from John Street to Broadway Route 110. It was designed to create a safer, more pedestrian-friendly way to connect riders with the village's downtown.
This makes it easier for people to come via the train and experience everything that Amityville has to offer.
Planning started back in 2017, but hit several snags among the village, state DOT, and the MTA. First in Newsday, Catholic Health is spending big on some new equipment. $500 million will go toward 1,300 pieces of imaging and diagnostic equipment. It'll be used for cardiology, neurology, oncology, and women's health. Half of the equipment will arrive in the next 3 years. Well, there's a new French workshop in Ronkonkoma. The bakery will hold a grand opening on Tuesday at its standalone building in Station Yards. Other locations include Wantagh, Plainview, and Garden City. Only a Newsday, an East Northport teenager is running his own wiffle ball league. 16-year-old Luke Ferraro started it last year. Back then, there were 4 teams with about 15 to 20 players.
If I wasn't able to stand outside and play wiffle ball with my friends, I wouldn't be able to talk about that, to have these shared experiences. I think my life would be a lot different.
It looks so fun. The league has entered its 4th official season and has nearly doubled its membership.
250 years of Long Island history with Doug Geed is brought to you by EastEndGetaway.com. End up here.
We continue our USA 250 celebration with an event that's taken place on the island every year for more than 2 centuries. Here's Doug Geed.
The 22nd of July doesn't quite have the same ring as the 4th of July, but on July 22nd, 1776, something very important happened in one Long Island town. And for the 250th anniversary of that incident, a reenactment is taking place. I'm Doug Geed with another Newsday USA 250.
Every year, the Huntington Militia, which is a Revolutionary War reenactment group, has been reenacting the events of July 22nd, 1776, when the Declaration of Independence first reached Huntington.
The public reading of the Declaration on the village green became known as Huntington Independence Day. Local residents were buoyed with a new sense of patriotism.
It was a flag On the Liberty pole in the Village Green, it was a red flag with the Union Jack in the corner. On one side it said Liberty, on the other side, because they were loyal British subjects, said George III. But once they heard about the Declaration of Independence, they took the flag down, ripped off the Union Jack, ripped off George III, and were left with a red flag that said Liberty.
The pieces of the flag they ripped off were stuffed inside an effigy of King George, along with some gunpowder. It was set on fire and exploded.
And then they all went over to Platt's Tavern across the street, where they drank 13 patriotic toasts. In 1876, during the centennial, the speaker said the people were in high spirits, and some high spirits were in them.
This is the town's official flag, a recreation of the one from 1776 that had the British markings removed. As for the original one, it only lasted about a month. It was flown during the Battle of Long Island in August of 1776 and was captured by the British, who won that battle. But this Saturday in downtown Huntington, you can relive what colonial-era Huntingtonians experienced.
July 18th, the militia will reenact all the events. They're going to recreate the flag and hang the effigy of George III. Well, a lot of the historians are talking about we should recreate the toast part. We'll have to see how the day goes.
In Huntington for Newsday TV, I'm Doug Geed.
Well, you can learn more about Liberty Day and see more of our USA 250 stories on Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. You can get away with Mom without having to go too far away. Elisa DiStefano shows us how to spend a short summer trip at the Rockaway Hotel.
A relaxing getaway without going far away. I'm Elisa DiStefano. Let's explore the Rockaway Hotel. Although it's going to be hard for me to leave this spot.
We are a boutique-style property that offers resort-style amenities, which is what I like to say.
Just blocks from the beach and boardwalk, the Rockaway Hotel itself is an oasis. You can spend the day at the pool.
The pool area is going to be this really relaxing scene in the morning, and then sometimes it picks up into a nice, vibrant atmosphere. We do have DJs on Saturdays, so you can have a good time. Or you can relax, it's totally up to you.
If you want to maximize pool time, you could order to your lounge chair or cabana, or eat here. I love the breeze at the pool house. Looks delicious. There are also 2 other restaurants on site.
We have the Rooftop, which is where we're standing right now. And then we have Margie's, which is our main on-site restaurant.
And the cafe for a quick bite or coffee. The hotel has 53 guest rooms. This is the 2-queen bay view. I can tell already. The bed is really comfortable, that's a must. And take a look at this, a view of New York City.
The best thing about our rooms is no matter what room you're in, you're gonna have a water view. So whether you're looking at Jamaica Bay or the Atlantic Ocean, you're gonna enjoy a really beautiful view. Pro tip would be to come during the week. During the weekdays, it's relaxing, it's a little bit more chill, and obviously more economical with some of our best rates of the season.
They also have a full-service spa and this meditation room. You can get a facial, a massage, a body treatment, or ideally all. So check back with me in a few hours. You can also take a wellness class on site.
There's so much to do at the hotel on premise, but if you want to go to the beach, it's
just 1 block down, and we have you taken care of down there. So once you get down there, you'll have your towels, your chairs, and your beach umbrellas, and you can even order some food or drink from the property if you'd like to enjoy while you're down there. So all you have to do is head down there if you want to walk, or if you want to take one of our cruiser bikes down and get the full local beach experience.
So whether you want to sleep in and spend the day relaxing or go out exploring, there's something for everyone here. This way to the beach.
Looks great. You can find more relaxing getaways on our website, Newsday.com. Click Get More below that Newsday TV video box. Here's what's up on Long Island. Summer is sweet out east. Lenny Bruno Farm's Sweet Summer Fest features live music, a watermelon eating contest, foam bubble party, and hay rides. That's Saturday afternoon at the farm in Manorville.
Now that she's back in the atmosphere with drops of Jupiter in her head,
Or you can see Train play the biggest hits from their multi-platinum album, Drops of Jupiter. The 25th anniversary show heads to Jones Beach Saturday night, along with special guests, Bare Naked Ladies.
Morning light, riding over mountains high.
And Stephen Marley heads out east. The Jamaican-American singer and son of reggae icon Bob Marley performs live at the Clubhouse Hamptons. He takes the stage Friday night at 8 o'clock. For admission information and more events, click Get More below the Newsday TV video box on our homepage. You can see more on all of the stories you've seen today on Newsday.com and watch us streaming anytime on Local Now, YouTube, and the other streaming services you see there. I'm Macy Eglund, here with meteorologist Jeff Fanson. We've got more local news and your forecast coming up here on Newsday TV, covering Long Island like no one else can.
No one covers the East End like Doug Geed on Newsday TV. Explore the hidden and not so hidden gems of the North and South Fork on Out East with Doug Geed at newsday.com/outeast.